1947. So I wouldn't mind if you were not in great shape today. Maybe finally take you out one of these days. But I mean, I'm happy to play because you're a good player, and you're always welcome. I'm gonna get started. So let's create the simul. Tournament game today against the FIDE Master rated around 2300. I was white. I had a totally winning position, but I missed the middle game combo and I missed the win in the ending too. So it was a draw. Kind of disappointed, but I was on the right track. The guy just played really fast and I didn't see the wins. Okay, let's get started. GCW M47. Jeroen, you're going to play, I assume. You should get yourself in the list. Oh, skip you two? Okay, you're going to watch tonight. No problem. Golden Fox, I don't know if you have enough games. Kind of new account, so I'm gonna skip that unless there's not enough players. Anto Johnson, Main 47. Golden Fox, I don't like to ignore challenges, but I am not really open to new accounts. So I ask everyone have approximately around 50 rated games. Chicken Tomatoes, looks good. He's got a registered account with enough rated games. Para Ode, PQLLD, we've played before. Snowball. I didn't get Snowball for some reason. TNT times 5, another new account with virtually no games. Clash Kid, I've played before. I think I lost, if I recall correctly. Kyria Kospez, Pawn Spanker, Plukro should apply to be a backup mod here. You're one of the only people that's almost at every stream, which is awesome. Pilot 100, Steve Hyman, I meant to get in there. Steve, Super Sebi, and I'm not picking and choosing, but there's a couple players who are not really established ratings, which I don't like to accept. So OK Menturk, looks like he's got around 50 games or so, and the other guys are all new accounts. So I'm not going to play like random new accounts. I really ask everybody, isn't just like creating one account just to play one simul or something like that. So don't take offense. Just play 50 games, whatever time control you want, and come back next time. We have 3 places left. I'm going to go by order. Lola, you're a little too strong there, buddy. A little too strong. Bellators, Guatemala looks good. And 2 more places. I kind of draw the cutoff Alola at 2400. I mean, you may be, you may feel hurt, but I'm going to try to keep it to 20 players with nobody over 2400. My own rating is 2421 here. Big Mo looks good, and we got room for one more. T-Coke or FC Partizan. We can flip a coin, I guess. I don't know which one of you guys was first. T-Coke or FC Partizan, but I'll make an exception if you guys are both. Yeah, I'm gonna call. I'm gonna let both you guys in. So we're gonna close at 21. I wanted to do 20, but I'm not gonna flip a coin to see who's number 20. So we'll let 21 players play, and we're playing both colors, just chess, no variants or anything. Franco, hello. Anto Johnson got banned for cheating. He's playing with a new account now. Good luck against him. Okay. Was that the voice of God? No, I mean, okay, these things happen. I'm not the judge and jury for lichess. That's possible. But Anto Johnson has lost a lot of games against me. Feels like he plays. He's played legitimately against me. Fran, I would just kind of go on that. Maybe something happened somewhere else where he did, but he's played quite a few games with me, winning and losing, and I never really suspected anything funny, but that's possible. It's possible it's a new account. Without many games, I shouldn't have accepted it, but we'll see. But thanks for the info. Guys, we're going to try to mix up the openings and play different stuff. A little bit of everything. So Anto Johnson is a new account. Yeah, okay. This actually, yeah, this is a game I probably shouldn't have accepted. I thought it was the old Anto Johnson. He's got 52 games though, so anyway, we'll keep our eyes open. Because his previous account, I didn't feel ever cheated against me, so I can only judge for myself. But all right, thank you for the info though. With black now, we're gonna play knight f6. One Sicilian, try to mix up the openings. GCEW with knight a3. I think there was a guy from New Jersey who played this move, if I'm not mistaken. This might be the Durkin opening. A guy from my part of the world. But I'm not sure if it was knight a3 or knight h3. I can't remember. Which one is the Durkin opening? Well, we could transpose to the Sicilian. Now let's play principled chess with e5. Somebody always has white. Anyway, good to have our moderator, Jeroen, here. If anybody wants to, help out by being a substitute moderator sometimes, I need someone trustworthy who's often watching the stream. And I was just thinking Plucro, you would be a good candidate because you're always around. You seem pretty trustworthy. Because sometimes Jeroen can't be here every day to do the moderating the stream. So, guys, I do a Blitz and Classical stream Monday through Friday in the mornings. That's why I'm talking about this. Let's mix it up. Trying to play everything d4, c4, e4, knight f3, even g3. Assault to ego. Let's play an Alekhine. Somebody said they always have white. Well, these things happen. Joseph ZL. Joseph is a new opponent for me. Let's go with the Caro Khan. I hate those players who just always play the same openings, like the London system every game, for example. I think it's much more fun if we have different stuff. So, guys, had a tournament game today. I was white. I had an overwhelming position and missed a really, really beautiful tactical win against a FIDE master. And my spider senses told me there was something there, but I just missed this sequence. And then later on, I led him into a rook ending that I thought was probably drawn, but in fact, he gave me one chance to win. I missed that too. So we had a kind of disappointing draw today against a slightly low-rated opponent. That's the way it goes. This guy was incredibly fast. He must have been watching my Blitz streams where I get in time pressure every time. It was exactly the same pattern. Basically, he played the entire game in 25 minutes while I used an hour and 25 minutes or something like that. Well, probably more. I mean, if we count increment, he probably used 40 minutes, and I used an hour and 40 minutes or something like that. But it was he used a third of the time that I did. And he didn't give me any time to think. It's a pretty bad strategy overall, but we do lose games because of it. Not enough time to find the right moves. But this combination I had in the middle game, I had enough time to find it, and I just did not see it. Alright guys, c4, d6, pawn spanker. Relatively straightforward type of opening. By pawn spanker standards, he's usually playing something crazy. I have a message from somebody. Listen guys, if I decline to play somebody because they didn't have enough games, I just really ask everybody to have 50 games. I'm not going to play random accounts that were just made today. So we let 21 players in. I'm normally doing 20 when I'm playing a tournament game that day, as I did today. Okay, m4-7 with another Bird Larson. But if you guys want to contact me during the stream, the best thing to do is to send me a message on Twitch, because I don't really like to open up my messages here on lichess, and it's much easier if you just contact me on the live stream. Alright, Snowball. So Clash Kid, I think I don't remember if he won or drew. Oh, there it is. It's a draw. It's always handy to have that. He played a really crazy game against me. It's always good to have that result down there. It's kind of like cheating, though. You know, you really shouldn't be able to click on those games. But I guess if it's rated, you don't have that, right? This is just if it's casual that the games are listed down there. Is that right? It seems like, or maybe if it's non-tournament, when are the games listed down here, when not? Like if you're playing in a tournament, you definitely can't see the games you played with somebody. It seems like. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Periode with the Catalan, man. You kill me with the Catalan. All right, let's try something interesting. Newbie have to play with 2 extra hours. Look, I mean, the guy's playing simul with 2 extra hours. No, it's his time, man. It's not 2 extra hours. You know, he's cheating everybody. He can take all the time he needs, you know, and that's not as sporting as me. He can actually have enough time to play all those games, but it's mostly like you're sitting there waiting for him to move, you know. It's kind of, I don't know, that seems a little strange. But it's his simul, his rules. All right, let's play knight to c3. David Sanders says always listed. What does that mean? The mysterious comment. All right, Joseph. Guys, I've got to move a little more quickly here before I get in time pressure. Maid 47, the Benko. Maid 47, was it you who had a Benko against me before where I misplayed it? I don't remember. Somebody had this line against that I misplayed it in the past. And I was actually looking at it the other day. Now M47, thinking D4 here. Like an English attack reversed. English defense reversed. Sorry guys, I'm a little bit crazy because I played a lot of chess today already. We're trying the Catalan with black, which is something I don't normally do, but I wanted to try something different. Actually, I wanted to try something specific against this Catalan guy. Periode. A couple Kings Indians. We've got a Nimzo, I think. English opening against Snowball. Josef or Joseph. Where are you from? I don't know. He speaks English. The Panov Botvinnik attack. And now we've got this Super Sebi. Well, I guess we'll just play in English. Another English opening. An awful lot of English openings. Damn. That's a lot of Englishes. And PQLLED with a weird formation. We've got a reverse English. I like the fianchetto my king's bishop. What can I say? Let's try something different against Kyrgios. We'll play D4 a little more straight up. How long do you train every day for your IM title? Well, life is complicated and it was never that regimented. There were different, you know, it was a long road, and I started playing my first tournament in like 1986, and I got the IM title in 99, so that adds up to 13 years, and I was awarded the title in 99. So that's 13 years, and this is Anto Johnson. So E3, I'm spacing on the right move there. So it's different for everybody, and I was never that, especially when I was younger, I wasn't as, maybe not as organized as now. Mainline Catalan. But, you know, realistically, I mean, if I had unlimited time, you know, you could ask me how much would you train every day for the GM title? Because that's still, if I had enough time, I would think, you know, training like 5 or 6 hours a day would be realistic. So Bishop G7, if you didn't have a full-time job and that's all you were focusing on, I would think 5 or 6 hours a day, maybe 2 sessions of 2.5, 3 hours. That would be not as intensive perhaps as some, but a reasonable amount. Okay, so Bishop G5 from Joseph. I like Bishop E6 here. And maybe a 4 knights English. A couple minutes too late, move 11. Yeah, I actually didn't hear back from Thibault. I sent him a message. I sent him a message about exactly that, move 11. Trying to find out if we can get like late registrations built into simuls, because I think that's something they could do. But I'm not sure how complicated the coding aspect of it would be. Like, it depends on how they set it up, but I'm sure it's very possible. Sorry about that, man. We would definitely add you if it was allowed. E4. So knight g5 here. I remember once Larry Christensen played knight e5. That was in the Chess Life annotated game. Everything's possible. Knight d2. So Mattioli with the King's Indian. Alright, we'll play what we know best, I guess, in the King's Indian. I never really like to play the black side of the Mar del Plata because it's a lot of theory. Main 47, the Nescafe Frap attack is on the way. Okay, c4, knight b6 here. You know, I think like if you had like full time to study, to work on chess, to actually study 5 or 6 hours in 2 sessions of like 3 hours, and then maybe exercise 2 hours a day, you know, that could be like a full day's work. G6, ideally. The dragon. I haven't played a dragon here in years. I think I best play something fairly solid. I don't want like a heavy theoretical battle in the dragon because I'm not really prepared for it. Periode, I don't remember if he's played this line with me once before. Okay, here I guess I could take either way on f6 now. Oh, man, I'm trying to remember. Am I supposed to take with the e pawn or the f pawn? I mean, the e pawn or the g pawn. I think I definitely faced this. I was white in one game where I played e takes, where the guy played e takes against me. It's kind of a good question. All right, let's play the safer move. I guess e takes is a bit safer. You're welcome for the answer. I wish I had the answer to everything. Snowball with the move order. So this is the Nescafe Frap attack, bishop c4. I can't remember if I played that against mate 47. It's highly likely that it was against him. Pilot 100 with the good old bishop f4. Yeah, I've been playing knight c6 on occasion lately. But ironically, I was prepared that I might play a game today in that, so let's try that. Big Mo with this super early d5. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with that move. I mean, certainly not. So c takes d. And c5 from Joseph, when I'm starting to wish. This could actually transpose to a Trompowsky. It looks like a Trompowsky. All right, Big Mo. Yeah, that looks fine. I could play d4. This is actually reverse accelerated dragon. What's your thoughts about the Petrov's defense? Stockfish 8 uses it more often than expected. Wow. I play the Petrovs sometimes, Salty Ego. I'm not an expert at very much of anything, but I have experimented with the Petrov in Blitz and casual games, not so much in tournaments, 1 or 2 tournament games. I like the Petrov. Of course, man. Petrov's a great opening. It's very solid for black. Alright, FC Partisan. I have been known to drop a knight on g5 in this type of position. But one time a guy played d6, I dropped a piece with e3 in a live game. Not really a good idea. This is a legitimate setup for black, I think. So it's g3 or knight h3 here, probably. You might try something weird like d5. I could even play f3, I guess. Not sure what I like best. Let's try not to drop a piece there. Anto Johnson, this is famous position from a Fischer Korchnoi Fischer game. Okay, e4. Fischer was like much worse, or maybe not that game. It was an interesting game though. It was a draw, I think. Fischer lost an exchange or sacrificed an exchange and drew with Fischer. In the position that I'm playing with Anto Johnson, Fischer, I said sacrificed an exchange and drew with Fischer. I meant to say Fischer sacrificed an exchange and drew with Korchnoi in that position. So against Perry Ode, I wanted to try this b6 move that one Russian grandmaster has been playing quite a bit. And then Pawn Spanker gets out of line with f6. Let's just pretend like, that didn't happen. Just play normally. I'm not going to try to refute the f6 too much. Yeah, against Snowball, this is a pretty critical form of King's Indian. Interesting move order from Jozef or Joseph. I live in Hungary, so I say Jozef. If I was living in the United States, I'd say Joseph. Do you recommend c4 for a positional player from Dwayne Cadera? Yeah, I mean, I think so. I don't think that, if you're looking for a tactical game, it's a great opening to play. But for a positional player who doesn't want to play like really, really sharp positions, but simple strategic positions, c4 is definitely a good move. Yeah. Super Sebi transposing to my video on the 4 knights. Mate 47, did we play this before or not? Because I played it with somebody and it was too long ago, I don't remember. TKOK played the Snake Benoni. I remember once in Slovenia I was hanging out with the Snake Benoni expert, Normans Mietzes, and I never realized that there's actually, a grandmaster who was playing this on a regular basis. There was some, I think Joel Benjamin was messing around with it for a while. Maybe even Hungarian Grandmaster Zoltán Varga. There's been some GMs that have played it, but Mietzes was like playing it on a regular basis, like as one of his main openings, which I thought was really amazing. I mean, I don't know how much mileage he got out of it, but yeah, it's pretty difficult to deal with. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I mean, G3 is a solid setup. I'm going to play quietly against Steve and that dragon. Kyriakos with an unusual move order, queen on c7. Not really the greatest square, but it does help support e5. Big Mo says, hope you don't mind me watching your stream even though I'm facing you. Yeah, Big Mo. I mean, I think the majority of people are. The majority of people are listening to the stream while they play. Some people turn the stream off while they're playing. But no, I'm sure that it's fairly standard. I intend it that way, That's why I don't play rated games. Every weekday, Monday to Friday, like tomorrow, I'll be playing a stream here on lichess from 10 a.m. to 12:30 Central European Time. That's GMT +1. We'll be playing Blitz and Classical Chess. So Mate 47, maybe he was serious about being tired. But there was a really, really interesting thing. Somebody played Bishop B7 against me here a few months ago, and I don't know if it was you, Mate 47, or who it was, but I think he just resigned. No, he didn't just resign. So Perry Ode played Knight G5 against me. That's got to be a theoretical novelty, Perry. because I've seen only knight e5 in this position, and well, it doesn't have to be, but it's probably a theoretical novelty. I've only seen knight e5, and I think knight bd2 maybe. And queen takes c4. Knight g5. I can't play knight d5. I get mated in 1. That's one thing you can't do. So I guess c6 is the order of the day here. We play c6. I don't see another move. I have not looked at this. Mate 47 did not resign. He just simply... I was moved from one table to another. Alright. So bishop b7. And the move that refutes bishop b7 is bishop d5. But I did not recall that, you know. And then over the board, I got totally crushed because I reflexively played knight f3 and then didn't have a good position. Bishop b7 is not a good move for black. Bishop g4 early from Snowball. Somewhat of a strange move. Bishop pair should be worth something here. Take, knight e5. Maybe not that much. Okay, guys. We're going to get castled. We don't have unlimited time here. Yeah, I think against Clash Kid I have to be pretty careful. Knight takes c4 is not a threat, but bishop g4 looks like it is. So I can castle, let him put a knight on d3. I don't know if my move order is like questionable there or not. Big Mo with an unusual move, knight f6, but why not, you know? Insult ego, I have a bad score against that particular variation. Don't play bishop g4 here, boys and girls. Alright, I'm going to try to move it along because I will get in time pressure. Mate 47, that was me, but knight bd7 should be played according to I am Selicki. I checked after our match. But in that position, I mean, as far as I know, man, the best moves are rook a5 and rook a6. I have like a... Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe knight bd7 is good. Anyway, it's been a long time since I looked at it. Knight bd7 is not the move, Mate 47, that the computer recommends. I know there's massive analysis on that book, and it's not new. It's been around for a long time. But the main move is like rook a5. Everything's been analyzed. I'm not really up to date. But if you do play the Benko, you should definitely know what you're doing. Okay, so Super Sebi with d5 here. That looks like a mistake. Play d5 so early. But I mean, it's very possible that Selicki recommended knight bd7. It's been a long time. I haven't looked at it in ages. But I know that the engines and the main book move are like rook a5. And even like rook a6, I think, is a move. Bishop g2. But I don't really play it anymore. That's my reason why I don't know. Because I started playing b6 and I really never stopped. Now this position is interesting. I'm going after the d4 pawn, I think. So we're going to play bishop g4. Get rid of bad bishop. It just looked like knight bd7 was too early. But I guess you are you're up a pawn, so you can sacrifice it back. But I'm a little tired to remember. In that case, I might have screwed up the opening. Let's hope not. I mean, I'm pretty sure that rook a5 is the main line. I really shouldn't play that line in a 20 board simul, though. It's very tactical. I don't really remember. And even like there are so many weird, crazy lines that it's difficult to remember even when you have studied it quite a bit recently. Kyrgios with the c5 lever. Always looking for the c5 lever or lever. But here it doesn't seem overly great. So we'll try to keep this simple. Knight c3. I guess that's main line. I had a really bad experience once I played c6. For some reason I lost this game with c6. Right now, Super Sebi, can I take on e5? Knight takes e5, knight takes c3, knight takes c6, knight takes d1, knight takes d8, knight takes f2, knight takes b7, and I'm on your bishop. Alright, let's try it. Life is an adventure, right? There's bishop takes f2. There is some problem here. Knight takes e5, knight takes c3, knight takes c6, bishop takes f2 check. Yeah, that's probably not good for me. There should be something good for white here. Maybe I should just castle first. Something feels weird about this. But you know, you may be right. But I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. After knight bd7, maybe I misremembered it. Maybe I'm not supposed to cash in so quickly. Yeah, you're probably right, main 47. I mean, it's probably just me. I think you're probably right. It's just me. It's probably me misremembering the position. Alright, well, we'll do the best we can. a5. I really shouldn't have played that line in a simul. Because I wouldn't chance it in a tournament game anymore. Maybe against a weak player, but someone under 2,000 but I probably only would play it in Blitz. It's really fun in Blitz. It's been analyzed to death, I'm sure, by this point. It was really fun in the early 90s to play the variation. But even then, Graham Burgess had done a lot of work with a massive, like 100-page pamphlet on that book, on that line. a5. Alright, so here we have the two bishops for what it's worth. But I can't really afford to exchange pieces here, seeing that I am down a pawn. Alright. So I think that you're probably right, mate 47. That was just my bad memory. Knight bd7 probably is one of the main lines, but it's not the move the computer likes the best. So there is that. On my side, at least I know you didn't play the mathematically best move according to the engine, but bishop a5, and then I'm debating whether to go knight h3 or knight f3. Alright, this is good to secure the d5 pawn. Anto Johnson leaving Fischer, Korchnoi Fischer. Korchnoi Fischer d6. The CD is not really good. And then here, I guess we play bishop b3. Transposed to an accelerated dragon, perhaps. Big Mo with he's playing the Sicilian reversed, basically. Usually the knight goes back to b6, but I don't think there's anything terribly wrong with knight f6. Looks playable for black. Alright, so Clash Kid with rook b8. I was seriously concerned about knight to d3 there. Now I have d4. So maybe Clash Kid has some crazy combination up, like d4, pawn takes pawn. Or d4, knight takes c4, queen a4 check, b5. Knight takes b5. That actually doesn't look that good for black. Alright, let's hope. So here I got massacred in a game where I played e6. I remember that in 2003. This little kid who was like 2100. I was completely on tilt in a tournament where I lost 2 games. I was like, oh, I'll just play the Alekine's defense. Like, I think I'm supposed to play d6. I mean, e6 is this right? I know, maybe I have to take on c3 then play d6. I mean, e6 is a move. Let's play it. I mean, it's just a simul. I got massacred in the tournament game though. Okay, I'm sure it wasn't out of the opening. I made a mistake later. Periode just takes his pawn back. He's like, fine, man. Got my pawn back. What about bishop a6? This is a weird situation. I'd like to grab that pawn, but yeah, maybe I should. You guys are like, what pawn? The pawn on e2 and the pawn on d4. Alright, well, I guess knight f4. So Anto Johnson, this is a position I've seen some decent players wander into with black. In fact, there was an IM at a tournament who was like 2400 this summer I was playing in where he wandered into this with black. I don't like this for black. I feel like black has the worst half of it here. Just d5 is good, actually. Welcome, everyone. So h3, that looks like my whole point to attack the d4 point in that line. Now I didn't know which way I'm going to take back here. There's this sort of there's something to be said for both queen takes and knight takes d5, depending on your personal preferences. Maybe knight takes is a little more fundamental. Queen takes develops a piece to a powerful position, but it can be attacked there, of course. Now b6. I'm a little concerned that FC Partizan is out to like pick off my c-pawn here. I mean, that's what it looks like. How much development can he afford to sacrifice? Alright, I'm just going to castle. You know, you want to go around grabbing pawns. Bishop b7. Right. So I could win the pawn back, but I'll lose the rook on g2, so we probably have to play something gross here, like knight f3. And now we can take the pawn on d4. It's kind of pawn hunting, but my main point here is if I don't take this, my whole setup is sort of not justified. And pawn spanker with the crazy move. Alright, man. Good luck in your next checkers tournament. So, Big Mo, I guess there's nothing special I can do against this knight f6 move. You could try to set up a double fianchetto, but let's consider other moves. Bishop g5, I could even trade my bishop. Playing for control of the white squares. Alright. Nah, let's just play bishop d2. I've only played against Alekhine a few times. Fortunately, one of those was yesterday. Yeah, you need some practice. I was thinking queen c4 here. But does that make more sense, or like queen c5? In any case, my queen looks awkwardly placed. Maybe queen e5 just walks right into bishop f4, so queen c4. Queen c4, knight c3. We're gonna have to get creative here, I think. Now maybe bishop takes d4. Winning a second pawn on c5, perhaps. Not exactly a natural capture, but we'll take it. Knight e4 now. I don't remember if this is what my guy played against me. Very possible that's the game I lost. Very likely. But this is surely like the main move. So Klashki going into this chaotic position. Chaotic. So we're transposing to Accelerated Dragon here, which is good because I play for both sides. Now Periodi there, just taking this pawn sacrifice in stride. And it looks like I'm in a bad way here. This rating's going up. So we're 22 now. 1700 in bullet. Not everybody's good in bullet, including me. I think I could beat 1700, but then again, maybe 008 or something like that. 04 even. If I played 04, probably I'd have a chance. Let's play queen a5. What was my last move? Rook d1. Well, wherever I went, I was going to lose some time. This doesn't look good. What's the advantage of going bishop f6 instead of going to f6? Oh man, nice. So TKOK. The advantage of bishop f6 instead of going f6 is that you're protecting pawns with pieces, which is not really a great policy. Bishop f6 is rarely good. There are some situations where it's okay. I normally wouldn't recommend it. So snowball here with queen c8. I was thinking originally something silly like queen b3, but I think I should just take the bishop pair here. And so Clash Kid with the b5. Now there's the interesting continuation bishop c6 check. There is just simply knight takes b5 when I figured he's going to play bishop d7, queen takes c4, bishop takes b5, queen c2. Black seems to have active play for his sacrificed pawn. Actually, I have queen takes a7 here, don't I? But then my queen looks like it's getting queen takes a7. Queen looks pretty crazily placed, but on the other hand, The question is knight takes b5. Knight takes b5 is pretty interesting. We'll give it a try. Not enough time to think there. Alright guys, just going to try not to get into ridiculous time pressure. So I'm already doing a good job getting in time pressure probably here. Alright. Oh no. Now speaking of f6. So Big Mo, I don't know about that move though. That looks kind of, well, not horrible. It looks a little bit passive. That's not the worst move. It's not really that bad. I didn't expect it though. A6 now from Steve. Well, I mean, I know this position. You know, you could play Queen A5 and transpose into known territory, but it would seem kind of a random move at this stage to play Queen A5. For all I know, this is still Snake Benoni theory. And of course, knight e4. Probably just lost against mate in 47. Forgot the theory again. I mean, I'm only down a pawn, right? But it looks pretty bad. Yes, I know. What was I thinking here? Bishop b4? We're just going to get ripped apart in this position. Against Salty Ego, maybe we have a chance. That's a known position. Queen e7. Gladys Troll, how you doing? Probably be good to develop some pieces here, though. Rook b1 is usually an awfully useful idea. Okay, Pawn Spanker, I don't know what your idea is here, man. Trying to be a little bit too funny today. Dude, that's not good. Hopefully we can hold on that game where we're down a pawn in the Benko, but we messed up the opening. He's right about knight on a to d7, knight on b to d7. That is a move. It's been so long since I played that line, I can't remember. PQ. Trading pieces. Maybe this is like mainline Snake Benoni. I feel like I sold my position short in this one against Clash Kid. And here it looks like white has a little bit of counterplay based on the pawn structure not being that good for me. Rook d8 was on the way there. I don't know about sacking the queen here. Queen takes, bishop check, bishop takes b5. It's interesting. I have not quite enough material. I don't know if Jeroen's here. Are you with us, Jeroen? Are you preparing for the Super Bowl? I think he's a little distracted with Super Bowl preparations. And A4. This is a very strange opening. B3 and whatnot. Now Pilot 100 goes crazy with the H4. I guess I castled too early. I mean, what a weird setup. I wasn't really paying attention, you know, to Bishop E2. So we can ignore it. Maybe we should just try to counter in the center. Just counter the wing attack with a flank attack. Classic. Wow. So we got to break that center up. The E-pawn has got to be broken up. Alright. I'm having trouble with click and grab, like accidentally castling lately a couple times. Yeah, it looks. You didn't ban two trolls, Jeroen. You banned the same troll twice. It's a really sick guy. So looks like we're just lost against Mate 47. He said he was in bad form today. Obviously. He's never in bad form. This position looks pretty good. No counting like the same troll twice, Jeroen. You only get one. You only get one troll for that guy. One troll scalp. Anyway, Prost. Unfilled. You're the guy playing B3 against the Sicilian? I didn't like that at first, but it looks like you've got a decent game now. This is a super strange position that looks very dubious for black, but I don't really see a good way to open it up. A lot of choices, but I don't know. He's playing it like a Philidor. This A5 looks strange. I should have more waiting moves than black here. Maybe I should just play D5. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Okay, so what is Snowball trying to do here? Last time he escaped after getting a really bad opening. It looks like he's on the verge of doing it again. Do I want to play F4? That looks really extreme. I wonder if Rook B1, he's gonna like what, take my pawn or something. He's seriously gonna try to like win my pawn? Super Sebi. Not sure what I'm supposed to do in this position either. You guys are tough. So, Super Bowl, I'm not making any predictions. This is such an annoying position. I mean, it should be good for white. Now, speaking of good for white. Alright, mister. Now, we got Pilot 100 to react, at least, to our wing attack. Distract him from the H5 thing. Play knight a4 now, b6. Okay, well that's a very reasonable kind of move, right? Exchange sacrifices don't look like enough. He played h6 and now b6. We're just gonna go back, I guess. Crap. Wow. And now rook c8. Well, I think it's time to close the center here. I totally threw this game away, though. Oh my god. Alright. Actually, GCW ends up with a good game, too. You know, the funny thing is, it seems like my biggest weakness is openings here. Knight b6 now. I didn't think black was going to be able to put enough pressure on my center, but I guess he is. The queen b3 is better than queen c2, so as not to get pinned by bishop f5. Just have to make quick decisions. Now queen d3. Just walks into an exchange sacrifice. Everybody plays the opening extremely well. I mean, you got a few guys obviously who are just fooling around, but for the most part, the quality of opening play is vastly improving. All right, I just have to play quickly. Yeah, unfilled, I know. Obviously, you know, that was clear. I mean, you play b3, it has to be you. Maybe a rook ending I wouldn't mind there. Now queen c2. Pilot 100. Queen c2 is kind of a risky spot for the queen. Now rook d1, I guess. Getting off the long diagonal. Might be better to play rook b1, actually. A little safer somehow. This reminds me of a game I lost to Konstantin Chernyshov. In a way, it's the same symmetrical pawn structure. That's bringing back bad memories. This is kind of passive, but what else am I going to do here? Actually. Alright. A lot of moves. h6, b6, bishop d6. I have to do something. Oh, man. Big Maw. I've never played Big Maw before. Also, not a blitz player. A pretty solid 1800 rating in classical. Tempted to play knight b5 now. Now then you go bishop c5 or something. Okay, m4-7 spent forever and played bishop g2. That's a strange move to think forever on. He must have been thinking about something else. Or just a way. I just hung a pawn. That's why queen c2 was better than queen b3, finally. Alright, that's good. Well, we still have a little bit of compensation. That's the good news. Yeah, Kyriakos. So I can't recapture naturally here with pawn takes pawn. My idea was to play knight b5, but I probably missed something. Hopefully not. Alright, at least I calculated something correctly. Clash Kid has a very good position. And this b3 thing, as strange as it looks, I mean, it's a very strange position for me. It looks like white has almost an absurd setup, but actually there's something difficult about this. I'm going to play e5. I don't really like it. And now pilot 100. Alright, what are we going to do here? Exchange pawns on d4. Super Sebi opposite my queen. Just have to play practical moves. Too often I try to play, I don't know how to say, like, perfect moves. Wow. TKOK. Going right at me. He's going to win more material now. He's got knight d2. I hope not. Hopefully he makes a mistake. The way I'm playing, I don't know, man. Yeah, Pawn Spanker's just out of his mind. He's been smoking a lot. Smoking too much, man. Well, d5, d6 perhaps here. We need to be a little more tactical. Oh man, you're just sacrificing the e-pawn. FC partisan. Why would you do that? And e4. All you need now is like double pawns on c2 and d3, but that's never going to happen. I had a similar game to this not that long ago. Alright. I don't want to get in ridiculous time pressure here. I'm going to spend a lot of time on this position, says Soul to Ego. Calidus, wow, I haven't seen you in ages. Good to see you. So, against Pilot 100, yeah, I'm not really fearing his attack in this position now. We've got to be merciless against Pawn Spanker, though. We've got to be merciless. A6, Big Mo. It all looks reasonable. Kind of waiting move. Incredibly difficult to do anything here against Super Sebi. He's got this like fortress set up. I mean, it's really like impossible to like break it down. I have to play e3 and d4, which I didn't really want to do. I should just play bishop e3. The bishop on c5 is so powerful, I don't mind trading it off. Right. Okay, your rook's hanging. I have this. Okay, Clash Kid, I still like his opening. It could be 8. Now this should really be a good King's Indian for sure. Take bishop. Trade and bishop d2 simply. Now pilot 100's going for it. Should really open the position for my attack. e5. Bishop f5. Bishop f5 doesn't really help though, because it just... Bishop d3 might even help him. And e5. Alright, let's do it. Wow, what a maneuver. PQ. Damn, dude. Knight b2 to e3. I got to get off the diagonal with that bishop. Time started to be a problem here. Mate 47 played f6. Just an incomprehensible move. Wow. My God, what is this? Should just go for it. I mean, what are we supposed to do here? This looks like white has something. What about what I'm supposed to do with my king, though? Leave it in the center, play rook d1. There's the automatic castling again, man. I'm so sick of that. Like, I touch my king, then take it off, and now it automatically castles me. That's got to be changed, you know? You touch the rook, you untouch the rook, and then like 5 minutes later you make a move, but you're forced to castle by mistake. That's really bizarre. That was just a mouse slip. But that's not cool. Does that happen to other people? Because that should not happen. Very strange, like, programming that it remembers that you touched the rook 5 minutes ago and then you're forced to make that move. I hate that, man. That's the third time it got me in like the last week. And it never really happened a lot before that. Interesting move here, queen e2. m4-7 delaying committing his king. Knight a5, that looks standard. We have e5 maybe. Well, what's up with e5 here? Does it do anything? It's logical. Wow, bishop takes b5. I guess bishop takes, and your idea is rook takes a5. Alright, I thought that white actually could have played b4 there. Maybe that's better. I guess it doesn't matter. A draw is a draw, right? I'm going to be up a pawn. Well, FC Partisan went kind of crazy. Sacrificing that central pawn. That's too much. That's too much, man. I mean, that's craziness. PQ. Alright, man. I hate to play this. Bishop e6. Maybe I should just go crazy and play f5. What a position. Bishop e6. I just keep liking white, but I thought black was better earlier. Knight a5, maybe. It seems almost obscene to play knight a5. But the bishop's actually pretty strong. It's kind of a crazy move. Now queen e7. Never getting my pawn back. This was an accidental castle queen, so I wanted to just play rook d1, but whatever. That's life. Seems strange, I know, to move my h rook off the h file there. Now I have to take with the knight. F file may be something for me in that game. Alright, bishop e3 doesn't work. Or does it work? Not really, man. Can just take on e4. a4. Knight c5 is impossible. Unfilled. I actually can reverse things. Sometimes I pretend castle and play king f1. So you've done this before, is what you're telling me. I'm not your first victim. Whatever I do here, there's gonna be pretty classic like Benko counterplay for black. Maybe I should play b3. I had a rook endgame today, which I failed. I failed to win. I had a win, and I missed it. Interposing 2 moves would have made the difference between a win and a draw. D3 pawn sacrifice. I was thinking about this earlier. Yeah. Not good enough. I mean, he always says 91, probably. Probably. Alright, actually white's position seems reasonable here. But I have this. 91. I just have to not get in like ridiculous time pressure. GCEW is a tough opponent. Despite being only 1800, he seems very tough. Anyway, thanks for joining me, guys. I also have a Blitz classical stream that I do Monday through Friday here on lichess in the mornings, European time, 10 to 12:30. We'll call it European mainland time. A6. Okay, black is solid though. Even though he gave me his bishop, it still seems like he's eternally solid. F4. F4 might start to be a good move. Let's go for it. Rook A7, that's bizarre. And then he castled queenside. I was like trying to tempt you into castling kingside, and you castled queenside anyway. Unbelievable. Now what am I supposed to do? Like bishop b5? Bishop d5. Wait a minute. Bishop d5? Maybe that's a good move. Logical, right? Undermining the pawn. Oh man, this ending is probably a draw. Absolutely no fear. I think it feels like you're going too far, Snowball. But I guess not. I mean, what a bizarre position. How do you get away with this? Knight d3. My first idea was to play bishop e4. Let's just do it. I mean, I'm tired of getting in time pressure. We won a rook here against TKOK, which was very fortunate because we had dropped a pawn and we were basically screwed till that happened. Now he's seen all my little threats, my shallow little threats. So that was... This is a farce, basically. My whole position is a farce. Farcical idea. Now knight h5. Oh, man, I don't like this anymore. It should have been good for me. We've gone the wrong direction with this cheapo plan of bishop g4. I don't really like my game. Yes, Clash Kid found the best move, knight d7. He must be a Benko player. Maybe rook b1. Or just bishop b2, getting off the long diagonal. I mean, guarding the long diagonal. Also, h3 is interesting. Super Sebi, man. Super solid is more like it. What am I supposed to do? How do I make progress here? It's so hard. I'd like to play d4. How am I going to do it? I was surprised that Pilot 100 actually gave up the center there. I didn't think he had to do that. Why didn't I think he had to do that? How would he not have to do that, actually? Yeah, I know what I'm talking about, but anyway. Anyway. Knight takes. Anybody? It's good for my structure. Loses a tempo, too. Alright, so we won basically a piece here because he gets the exchange back. That's the only game where things are going really well. More or less. A kind of crazy idea here. And I'm going to take that horrible, great, bad bishop. I can't learn my lesson where to put my queen in this game. And now bishop g5. Alright. So bishop f5. Pilot 100 has been tough on me before. Bishop f5, bishop d3, e4. Actually looks pretty good for me. And now we have the massive center. Maybe I'll sacrifice a pawn here. Well, anyway. Best to trade, play e4 next. I feel like I'm okay now that I got rid of that terrifying bishop, but still white's fine. Oh man, I don't know. b5, give him the a file, then play like bishop e6. He still has a shitload of play with d4, which he set up. Very positional. We need to be really active here. And b5 might be too risky, though. I just know how to keep my position. How to keep the old position. Oh, man, I don't know. b5 takes, 93. Maybe bishop b7 there. I still got problems. This opening day file, very dangerous against PQ. This is probably not a bad exchange. Saltiga, thanks for hosting and give us a great stream. What will be the next opening theme video you plan on doing next? Good question. Queen a4. Alright, we're ripping that pawn on b2 with tempo. He's got queen h4 checkmating me. Wow. It's not that easy to checkmate me here, is it? Not really. He can't give me rooks with tempo. I don't think. Salty Ego, not sure about what opening stream I'll do next. I mean, opening video. It's a good question. Yeah, that's it. Distract me while you while you get a good game here. Man, this looks like a good line for white. Okay, so Joseph played f4. A principal decision, however, leaving his king cut off. Mate in 47 with f5, just in the nick of time, so he doesn't lose that key pawn. So I trade and play g4, undermining his center or something. Now what? g5? He's going to play a5. Oh my god. Oh no. This is embarrassing. It's probably just a draw. Okay, now there's the h file to worry about. Check out his queen. Isn't that convenient? All this nonsense and he's going to get a queen to h4? Are you serious? That's unbelievable. e4. e4 is interesting. Also risky, but it blocks his queen off. Anto Johnson took a lot of time. This is a position that a lot of good players have gone into. Just it's hard for Anto to play there. All right, Rook b1. Clash Kid playing the Benko essentially. Man, this move's just too slow. This g4, maybe not. Maybe this is the perfect time to do it. I'm crazy. I am crazy. Man, if I don't. I don't know if I have time for g4 there or not. Big Ma. He's going to take me out. I have a bad feeling. Rook on a7 looks stupid, but the rest of his position makes sense. Could play knight c6, knight b5. Pretty bizarre. A kingside attack would be nice. I just don't see it materializing here. Alright, I don't want to get into ridiculous time pressure. Just have to be practical. a5, there it is. Oh my goodness. How in the world will I ever win this position? That's the fastest I ever got to like a 4-on-3 rook ending in the simul stream. I'm almost certain. Knight f4 check. Doesn't work. We are up a piece there. I'm up a pawn and his king is cut off. I mean, it seems like that should be worth something. Probably not much. Not enough. What is the deal with this position? Alright, Snowball, what are you doing, man? Now d4 from PQ, which is a move I just didn't even realize he could still play. Man, dude, you have an answer for everything. Just has an answer for everything. Like he's playing the Lopez or something. Bishop a3, bishop d2. This should be good for us. Kyrgios, normally kind of a tough player in certain positions. He's very tough in certain positions, especially certain strategic positions. In the Dutch, he beat me once badly. In a King's Indian like this once. Alright, so... what is going on here? It's just never easy with Snowball. Two pieces for a rook there. And against Steve, we have rook takes f7 ideas. Probably too fancy. Too fancy. Maybe just e6. But then what? I'm not really winning. I mean, maybe I'm a little better here. Rook d1. I don't know. PQ LLED. Shit, dude. Playing like God. What coordination white has? I have no time to play bishop takes e4. It's like ridiculous. I think I made a big mistake there. White's coordination is insane, dude. Perfect queen, knights, rook on the d file, rook on the a file. This is a b3. The opening looked really, really weird for white. I think I'm just basically busted here. Can I take on d4? This looks really bad. This one's winning. Knight back to f4. Well, I don't think I can let you stay there. 14 minutes and counting. But maybe I can take here finally on e5. Big Mo retreating. He's retreating, he's regrouping. I like this backward pawn. b4. Well, I saw this move, but I really thought, well, it's okay. My queen can take on c3. Maybe life isn't so simple. Knight d1. Once again, knight f4 is an idea. Looks like a good idea, actually. Looks like a really good idea. Main 47. I thought I had knight takes e4 here, but it probably was a miscalculation. It almost certainly was a miscalculation. But otherwise, I'm probably just busted. And I'm just busted anyway, so... Knight takes e4, take. Pawn takes. Check. Just busted anyway. I was just busted the whole game here. The whole way. I don't think I was ever out of trouble. Otherwise, I'm just dead on the spot, though. Oh man, now what? I'm lucky to get 2 pieces for a rook there. Now maybe e5. Knight c4 anyway. He's got a decent King's Indian. A decent King's Indian. I should play f6 and let him just sink a knight here on c4. What is my plan anyway? Alright, this was a good sacrifice by me. Brought on by one of my teammates' games today, which involved a knight f4 sacrifice. Probably that made me think of the theme. Rook b7, wow. Okay. Do you have any tips for novice players like me who like to study? Sorry I don't have too much time to commentate now because we're getting in really bad time pressure. But feel free to check out my weekly stream Monday to Friday here when I have more time to talk. Beginners recommendations and stuff like that. I can get into a lot more detail. Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 10 a.m. My mouse is acting up, to 12:30 Central European Time, which is GMT +1. Right now I'm playing all these boards and I have to move pretty quickly. B5. Big Mo very patient. He's doing nothing, but doing it well. It's almost like he's been waiting for me to play like D4 for his whole life. You know, it's so strange. I had the strangest feeling like he's just been waiting for that move. I have to do a double take. Okay. Now which way? Rook or king? Every way I'm lost, it looks like. Man, this is pretty crazy. Looks like Pilot 100 played f3 in this position. What is that? He's banking on this like cheapo mating attack. But that hardly seems like the most important thing going on here. Just like develop a piece. I don't know. This was a real shock from Clash Kid. And now what? Well, that's craziness. Alright. You're not coming back from that trip, are you? There's no way. A one-way ticket. Oh man. Queen e8. I was worried about that move, ironically. I knew you were going to do that. As soon as I put my rook on d1, I was like, maybe he'll have that idea. And then after half an hour, he came up with knight e4. Wow. I thought this would be like the first game I would lose. I'm still alive here somehow. After knight to e4, which was a total shock. Just happy to be alive against Periodi. I still want him in my position on this one. Should be winning there, although Snowball escaped the last time. Then d5 from PQLOD. I mean, that's not a bad move, but I was afraid that you'd put me away with like queen b2 and knight g4 or something. Here at least maybe there's still some vague hope for black. This is just such a massive center, it's insane. I just hope I don't overextend myself. It's definitely easy to do that here. Crazy position. All right, let's just try to be like practical. And the A5. He dropped a piece. Oh my god. And we expected that. I'm aware this is likely a draw. In case you were wondering. In case anybody's wondering. Now wait a minute here. King b6. Well, you had to go somewhere, right? So I can play rook e1. Oh no, I can't play rook e1. Sadly. So king b6 is some sort of brilliancy. Are you kidding me? Look at that, dude. Rook d5? Doesn't matter, right? If I play rook d5, knight c6, f4. We'll just play f4. More space here. Alright, a journey from which you should never return. And the queen a5. So he sacrificed the exchange? Or how is it? No, I've got 2 pieces for a rook. And the knight e7. So hanging tough. d4 still in the offing. Looks pretty good. Caruana would like this. Caruana like center. Alright, guys. Yeah, I knew you'd do that, man. I know. But don't I have queen f7? It's like a cheapo. You're not going to trap my queen on f7 as much as you'd like to. Bishop g5, kind of a nasty surprise for me there. I mean, this is surely a draw, but we'll try a little bit. What am I doing? What am I doing here? Rook here. And the g4. I have a pass pawn. I want you guys to panic. That will give me a chance to win on the board. I'm still playing 18 games. That's a lot. That is a lot. Queen h5, queen f5. Queen f5 is not good, man. I think I have to go to h5. Knight d3 is okay, right? Joseph just exchanged rooks, and I don't know if that's good enough to draw or not. Obviously, I didn't calculate this king and pawn ending, but probably lost ending there. You never know. Sometimes with rook and knight, it's a little weird. Looks like Pilot 100 is banking on some kind of cheap shots. maybe he's got a big cheapo there. Alright, I don't know, man. Trying to create a fortress. I was worried about this. Yes, sir. He's trapping my rook. And this game is like just in its infancy against Anto Johnson. This is almost certainly lost. This seems like Zugzwang, though. The extra tempo I have, just never should trade rooks there. All right. I blocked my own queen. I think I meant to go here first. And now that's kind of illegal. Such an idiot. Alright, well, we'll do the next best thing, I guess. The Caruana Center. It's looking pretty good. Maybe not. Maybe not enough. We shall see. You trap my rook. It's really not nice. Bishop takes. I think is necessary. Steve had recaptured. It looks like we should have some attacking chances here. Larry Christensen says the student body attack. There are 4 pieces I can get at his king, but it's probably still not enough. Probably still not enough. His knight's coming back. His knight's coming back pretty effectively. Actually. Alright, I don't know. Oh, I really don't know about this one. Where to go, the best way to play this. 94 is possible too. Oh, wow. This is lost, but play a few more moves. And Mr. Nimzovich, I'm starting to get seriously worried about this. What's wrong with this move again? Maybe it's a waste of time? Very possibly. Anto Johnson desperately moving his knight to g4. A little odd in this position, but maybe not so stupid. And the knight g4 I called earlier, but that's got to go, like right now. All right. '96. All right. Yes, I saw that, but too late. And I thought, well, we'll just deal with it. Maybe it's not that clear, hopefully. Pawn takes pawn, opening up his g2 bishop. Is that a good idea? The alternative g5. This is just a blunder by Joseph. Now the question is how to continue. Try to keep it simple. Right. Mate in 2. And knight c4. So I just go somewhere with my bishop. Just somewhere. Maybe it's mattering which place. Oh no. Actually, I guess I have to play b5. Kind of fortunate I even have that move against GCW. Let's try to trade a pawn here, I guess. This is lost. But I was lost the whole game against mate in 47. Most likely lost the whole game. Yeah, I thought I'd challenge your knight on e5. Captain Nimzovich. Mate in 2 I said, but I was wrong. There is an elegant mate though, because queen f5, g4, right? But this way is more elegant. Knight c5. Owning the queen side there. Bishop takes h6. Yeah, I didn't want to let him trade pieces. This is really not what I wanted, but I didn't see a way to avoid it. Knight takes f6. I mean, I'm lucky to be alive here at all, you know, against Periodi. And he's still trying to trap my rook on c6. It's not cool. All right. So he managed to trade a set of pieces. That does help Anto Johnson's chances of survival here pretty significantly. We're still better. The question is how much. Only 3 pawns left for black. And now I really am just happy I didn't, you know, he couldn't trade my bishop off the board. That is my good bishop. So let's get the rook free. Well, we could play e5, I guess. Wow, this Clash kid just tempting me to open a long diagonal. But I don't think I should do that, you know, in this situation. I'm not really sure what the best move is, but I'm up 2 pieces for a rook, no comp for it. It's just take on e6. Is there any combination, anything? Not really. It's probably best to avoid it. And the knight c6. Rook e5. Rook e5 going somewhere. All right, guys, this is a pretty big pass pawn that should be decisive. He's found a home for his knight. Queen d6 now. I really just wanted to get my knight over to the king side, to be perfectly frank. Periode. Defending his self. Right. Alright, we're not going to lose a queen. Good thing about h3. Probably not the best moment for it, though. This was the plan. For better or for worse, that was my plan. Alright, we are in a little bit of time pressure. I think we can handle it. Wow, queen c4. Forcing a trade of queens or something like that. Not really what I had in mind. Alright, we're basically playing blitz now. Oh my god, you're kidding me. You trapped my queen? He like got a rep on my queen? Are you kidding me? It's a rep draw? Demented, dude. Pawn Spanker is demented. I mean in the best possible way. Is there a best possible way to call someone demented? I don't know, but we will find out. So queen takes c6 here. I feel like black should be okay. Actually, not that easy to get my queen back in the game, though. Bishop on f3 is like perfect. Oh man, this is so frustrating. Rook down. Rook c8. The other rook's gonna like hang and stuff. This is very, very aggravating. What a unbelievable perfect piece that stupid bishop on f3 is. Really see how to save myself. I mean, shouldn't his queen be trapped here? I'm up a piece. Just lucky to be alive in this position. Bad knight on e7. Maybe h5, rook e8. Getting really low on time. Wasn't really counting on fixing your pawns there. h3. What? Just trapped my queen? Is this for real? Pilot 100 just trapped my queen in the middle of the board on a1. The middle of the board on a1? That's ridiculous. We have a slight time problem. We should have just enough time to play these games out, man. Knight takes f6. Wow. Piece sacrifice. Bishop takes f4. Wow, that's a good move. Who needs pawns anyway? Well, it's good I saw that at least. He just wins a piece there, all my pieces. Nice game. Okay. I just dropped all my pieces against... My rook was just hanging on a8. Nice. We're going to lose a couple games, it looks like. I lost a rook? What? This is just hanging? What happened? I played bishop c4. My rook is just hanging here. It was a double attack. There's no defense. Alright. Now... Thought I would have a move here, but apparently it's not so easy. Check. That does nothing, right? Queen a4. Okay, I'm getting confused. Alright, I'm going to play this ending. And I thought I had something here, but I'm not so convinced about it anymore. Oh, you have that move. Oh, no. I guess this is over now. Move my king the wrong way. Alright, we're going to lose several games. We already lost one at least. This isn't incredible. Defensive masterpiece by black. Super Subby still has like 15 minutes too. This is like the most demented game ever. Now he takes... Speaking of demented games... Here we're just up a piece. I don't think Big Mo's planning on resigning. I think we're going to resign against that game. The other game, obviously. This looks like equalish against M4-7. I'm just going to resign here. Good game, man. You deserved it. Gave me a little bit of counterplay near the end. But I think it was under control. Wow, dude. Check him out. Big Mo coming to get me. And this game was like... Wow. I'm so saddened by this game. Why am I down material in this game? It's crazy. Right here... looks like a good position for white. Wow, knight there. I have queen d6 or something blockading. Yes. Anto Johnson. What is going on here? This is crazy. Why am I not winning? Truly unbelievable game there. No idea what's going on here against Anto Johnson. Big Mo just sacked his queen. I thought it was mate. That is a draw, probably, against M4-7. I'm not even sure how many pieces I have here. You guys have some ridiculous time pressure on me. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do a piece up here. Move my king out of pin. It's really not easy doing this after a tournament game. I was about to hang my queen in this one. Like somehow I'm pawned down against Anto Johnson. He was in a horrible position. Like the entire game. And then I walked into this. Oh, that just loses everything. I understand now. Good. Another great game. Nice sacrifice there. Where did that come from? We just like lost 2 pieces in one move? Is that what I just did? Because I totally didn't see the threat. Kyrgios with an insane defense in this game. Just incredible defense. Still better here. Pawnspector only gets in time pressure to make it look like, you know, he's in time pressure, to kind of like torture you. But in reality, he's not in time pressure. It's just a kind of trick to make you think he's gonna like lose on time or something. This is crazy. I can't even like move my pieces anywhere. Anyway, the second half of the simul was pretty marred by time pressure. Not good. Yeah, what did I do? Just hang a whole rook with check? How could I make that kind of move? Like, you go 94 there. My queen was double attacked, right? I think I just made a move there. Okay, knight d7 just drops a pawn. Nice. You guys are amazing in time pressure. Just unbelievable. To go back now. So I just dropped the whole rook. Nice game. Dropping a lot of pieces here. It's pretty good. I was thinking of taking this bishop, but I guess we can wait with that a little bit. Sorry to those of you I've just dropped entire pieces against for no apparent reason. Looks like Anto Johnson has it under control. Probably going to lose 5 or 6 today. It's pretty much a disaster. Salty Ego salvaging this position, which looked totally lost 2 minutes ago. I mean, I don't know. I just don't know. But I just started to melt down the last 5 minutes. Nobody ever makes mistakes. Pawn spanker. The descending is insane. All I can do is just move as fast as possible. I just hallucinated that I was like losing a rook, and it took me a while for it to register what was going on, that he took my rook off the board there. It also took me a while to register that I'm up material against pawn spanker. So some of these obvious things you take for granted. In the past, I've given out a lot of draws instead of playing these games out, but the more I do this, the more I'm like, oh, what the heck, you know, it's only a simul. We might as well play it out. I mean, what's the point, right? You know what? I didn't know I was up a rook here. I'm a lot more relieved. Knight c6 loses. It doesn't draw, it loses. Like, how fair is that? That's craziness. Got all the squares controlled here. Wow, you dropped your c2 pawn, GCW. Did you mean to do that? Somebody made a mistake? Hard to believe. I'm just in time with king e8. I mean, maybe he intentionally calculated this, but it doesn't seem like it was even close to the right idea. A g4. Getting risky there. Pawn spanker. If I had only known I was up a rook, I would have played this completely differently. Why didn't you tell me I was up a rook? Bishop takes a3. I guess this is just a draw. I mean, I'm up a pawn, right? But I don't think I can hold it. Bishop takes a3. Yeah, I guess we can try. All right. We managed to build back a little more time. Now there's only 7 boards left. We've lost, what, 3 so far? Ashcode says, perhaps next time you should play with stipulation of draw first. I don't think this is fair to my rating. No, it's not rated. I mean, there's no rated games. That's why I don't do rated games in my Blitz and my Blitz and classical chess stream. All right, so it's hard to break through here. I think I found a way. Yeah, the question is, can this position possibly be winning for black? Oh, man. Oh, no. All right. Queen b3. Pawn spanker. Oh my god, what an opening you played today. This is going to be hard to make progress. Now, what was I thinking here? No, I think it was just another in a long line of miscalculations. This position was just another. He is perfectly set up to defend this. Another in a long line of miscalculations. There's just no way to win. Do you want to play? No, there's just no way to win. I don't know what's going on here. This is sort of demented. But I know what's going on here. He's defending logically with this move. Very logically. Yes, rook f7 doesn't work because of rook a8 check. It's like ridiculous. FC Johnson. It's probably lost for white. Bishop takes a4. I'm in an eternal pin. Wow. That's the one game that's a foregone conclusion. Maybe bishop b2. Although that might actually make things worse for me. GCW is going to be a draw. Yeah, so here it's over. Knight takes a4. How can you do that? How can you possibly do that here? Wow, you can just take the pawn. Unbelievable. Like, desperate. Try to blockade. Incredibly hard to make progress here. Should be not that difficult. I usually miss tactics when I'm this short of time. What a night. Maybe f4, bishop h3. Wow. Alright, this has got to be winning. Snowball survived last time. In a lost position, he was lucky. Right, so I was thinking here e4. I don't see how black can survive this. Too powerful, the minor pieces here. He doesn't have that much counterplay. Who knows? Right? Here no rook, see no rook. A temporary pawn sacrifice there for positional reasons. My opponent here, actually I was planning on queen f2. Well, this looks like a draw. GCEW, EDW, but it's too many letters to say, so I just say GCEW. Beyond that, it's too many letters. Knight takes b4. I don't think that's quite working. So the thing is, my connected passed pawns would be nice. Like this. Is that suicide or a good move? Okay, Snowball, let's see what's up here. Very powerful pass pawn for white. I mean, I gotta believe that's winning somehow, but maybe not. Rook takes e5. You have a check. Shouldn't really matter. Well, he has a couple checks. Maybe I should play the ending. Wow. Two bishops. Two bishops all over the place. Knight f5. Anybody? That pawn is very strong. Speaking of strong pawns. To blockade. This looks like a draw. Not that far from the rook ending I had today, actually. Oh, the pawn's hanging. Oh, Clarica. I have this. That's convenient. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking here, but why am I not surprised you're not down with exchanging on my terms? What's going on here? Take there, and I blockade that guy? I don't know. This is bizarre. If I lose, I lose. That's life. But I'm not sure King G4 is the right idea now. It's an idea. The ultimate blockader. Right. I want a rook. I'm a little bit off today, guys. I don't know. Need to sleep a little bit more. We had a tournament game this morning. It was a 4-hour struggle. Not really that long, but took a little speed off the fastball. I guess GCW's been known to play for wins and draw in positions before. He likes that. That's his prerogative. What? What's this nonsense? I don't think so. You're not going to be able to sacrifice a pawn, man. What's that about? F5? Really? Does that work? I know you can go there. All right, this was a fortunate game. I mean, I think I was in a lot of trouble. Made this the cutest move. All right, too fancy. King f4. Fancy land. Maybe I should not go to King f4. It's feeling a bit fancy as well. It's too dangerous. Why did I go here in the first place? But I'm not going to pull the trigger on that move. Not really sure who's playing for a win here. Maybe it's me. Bishop d6, yes. I can't afford to lose that pawn. H5, yes, of course. Well, I can't imagine I'm losing here. Yeah, c5, but at the very minimum, I can get an exchange sacrifice or something that will like ruin his life. Yes, bishop f5. I think I have to keep trying here. I'm close to something. Whoa. Now the problem is e5 check. Just g6. Right. But okay, you're threatening c3, right? I go here. Yeah, you can go ahead and win the exchange or something. I just moved my king actually. Are you having second thoughts about playing for a win? You can play for a loss too. Well, this is getting super weird now. e5? Bishop b5. Uh-oh. Now Anto Johnson's sacrificing a pawn? What's going on around here? Ah, the rook exchange. That would be nice, wouldn't it? I don't think I have to exchange rooks. All right. Maybe eventually I will. The d4. I don't know what's going on here, honestly. I don't think I want to know. Why don't I play like d5? Oh my god. Does that make sense? This reminds me of a game I lost with white once, not long ago. Now Anto Johnson is offering a draw. He's got equal material, and it looks like a draw to me. All right, it was not a good game, that one. Now we got e4, but maybe knight e7 would make sense. Does it really though? Yeah, it kind of makes sense because I could move my king. Maybe just for one moment, put my knight on e7. Gotta check. Well, no. Check, but no way to win immediately. Always check. Plenty of time for these last games. We have bishop g7 check, but does that do anything? Well, yeah, check, check. Check, check is always good, right? Checks are always good. How's this? We're down a pawn, though, so I have to be a little bit careful. Here. GCW is trying to get me to overreach myself. King f4 like loses immediately. I wasn't considering it seriously, but just for your, I'm surprised it doesn't make me do that. You know, I touched my king. You should make me do it. King e5 is more interesting, maybe. Centralization. That's stupid. I mean, this is ridiculous to try to win this. This has got to be a draw. No squares on the file. I feel like there should be a way to make progress here. just keep trying. He didn't go for 93 check. It doesn't really do anything. I think White is winning now. Looks like the pawn just falls. Pretty close to falls, doesn't it? Maybe even 97 check. Or just 93. Rook d4. Rook d4. Alright. I don't know if I can make progress here. Bishop f6. Bishop f6 is ridiculous. He has 94. Well, may have made a mistake there. Wow, it looks like he's losing. Almost losing this. Kyrgios. Oh man, I declined to draw here. My pawn is worth more than a pawn, but how to win isn't that obvious. Brother. Yeah, no, I mean, so first I could sacrifice an exchange in this position and probably be slightly better, but that's not the plan, I guess. Is it necessary to sack the exchange here? Not really. But right there, salty ego, man. I thought you made like this brilliant sacrifice. You played h5, I took. Now if you play c8, knight takes, king takes f5. I have e4 there. It's actually pretty messy. I'm not sure what's going on in that position. I thought that was your plan. But maybe it's not enough. Alright. So e4. Maybe e4 just wins. Not so easy though. How am I going to win? e4. Yeah, e4. It's worth a try. Knight e6. He's got a check on g5. I can play bishop c4 maybe. Is that worth a try? Bishop g5. Too many moves against that. And knight b2. Oh my gosh, I underestimated this move. Definitely underestimated this move. It's gonna get kind of hairy. f4 takes b5. f4 takes b5. Rook somewhere. It's gonna get scary before it gets clear. What is going on here? This is still some kind of draw. Reminds me of the other game. d3, pawn takes pawn. This is ridiculous. I'm up like a million pawns here. Takes. Even king f5. These bishops are not enough, I guess, to win the game. This is a funny position now. Black's a little better, but I think I can win. The central pawns versus the outside pawns. I can't afford to let him have an outside pawn either. And I'm up 2 pawns here. A pretty good king position as well. Maybe just e4 and then d4. Oh man, that's brutal. d3 and d4 is what I'm trying to say. They're just so advanced, I didn't even know where they were. This is actually getting kind of scary. Alright. That's also a little scary. This is a little scary too. I don't have that many squares. Justice spot. C7 looked winning after bishop b8. No way. C7 I was winning after bishop b8. Are you serious? This looks like a good move. h4. I didn't see that. But everything's a draw, I guess. I guess it's just a draw. That's life. But here, rook a7 again. A la Justice Bot. No, it's not. A little too fancy now, probably, to do that. My bishops. Bishops are getting kind of limited. No, this has gotten out of control. Out of control, freak. Let's gain a tempo. I think those central pawns are just too much for the wing pawns. I could be wrong. Just being optimistic, I think. This might not even be a good move. Although driving his king to the side of the board, I mean, how can that be a bad move? This is what I was worried about. Knight b5. Come on with that. Well, maybe we have another idea here. Rook f2. That's the right idea or the wrong idea? Might be the wrong idea. Bishop f6. This is really tough. I should have enough for the sacrificed pawn, but I don't. I'm having trouble even surviving. I'm sure I missed something already. It's Justice Bot might have pointed out, although I'm still not sure what that was. Rook f2, f5. And then I'm like opening up his king, but at the same time I feel like I've got some problem. Maybe not. Running out of time anyway. This is just a draw, I think. It's pretty safe to assume. We're only down to only 2 games. Wow, I didn't realize. Salty Eagle, all went wrong when you're trading bishops allowing the knight trides. I don't think so, Salty Eagle. I mean, it feels like there's some way you could have played that better. It was on a knife razor edge, and maybe you were even better. That kind of monster passed pawn. You shouldn't trade the pieces the way you allowed. In general, though, I misplayed it after the initial exchanges, and I think there was a point where you might have even been better. c7 looked winning after bishop b8. Bishop takes a7. Bishop takes e8, and pawn is promoting. I missed that just about completely. The rook was hanging on e8. Jeez. All right. Wish it was my move here. If it was my move, it would be an interesting spot. I might be close to something there. And now, what does it do for me that I've opened up this file? I mean, more diagonal for the bishop. We need to be able to exploit that somehow, but how? The bishops are getting like traded off and stuff. Looks like his bishops are getting traded off. Bang, 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 bang. Well, what else am I supposed to do? This is like forced. Bishop b2. Bishop f6 looks similar, actually. It's more aggressive. Last two games. So he has this move. King g3 almost wins. But he has rook g4. King takes... I think king takes pawn isn't really the best. Now he has rook h6, going after my pawn. Not really effective. Anyway, guys, we're almost done. It's 9:15. I've been trying to grind this one down, but I don't know who's grinding who here, to be honest. I really don't know who's been grinding who. If I had h3 and I'd feel a little better about this. Right. Right. What now? Bishop e6? Bishop e6. Bishop e6. Right. Alright. Anything can happen. We'll see how GCW's technique is. It's a fun position. Pretty marginal. Is it my move? Ah. Not sure if it matters. I mean, what can I play? F5? The other game's much more interesting. Anyway, guys, thanks. I'm going to be back tomorrow. Now Black can play for another 30 moves. I agree. Now I got my bishop to d7. And I was thinking that I'm also on bishop takes f5. Is bishop takes f5 enough? Bishop takes f5. Pawn takes f5. Rook takes f5 check. King moves. Rook takes b5. Rook takes c6. And I can't take on h5. But maybe I can play like a bishop check and then take on h5. Ooh. Take. King moves, but he doesn't have to move to the wrong square. That's the thing. Moving to the right square would probably be a better idea. I also have bishop c4 here. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, rook d6 was the wrong idea. He has this check. Extremely irritating check. King e2, rook g2 check. King e3. I guess that doesn't really change things a whole lot. Is it better to play king f2? Rook g2 check. Does that change anything? King e3. I don't think it really changes things that much. I just tried to play king e3. How absurd is that? Well, Justice Bot, I managed to not win a winning rook and pawn in game today. My tournament game against a FIDE master like yourself. Although you're better than this guy, probably. I don't know. Equally fast, perhaps. Not my day for rook endgame technique. I'm kind of lucky to be here playing this game. Yeah, it was kind of a long day. Bishop a3. But the thing is, I mean, he gets my c-pawn. So this is not really a walk in the park. I mean, I'm not even sure if this is winning. You know? Maybe rook d2. This is ridiculous. Rook d2, king e7, bishop f7. Is that ridiculous or what? That's crazy. It even has a defense to that? Are you kidding me? This is not so easy. This has got to be a draw. This could be a draw too. Okay, maybe I get on the 7th rank. It doesn't look so simple. I'm not certain this is a win. Probably a draw. Sometimes I forget which way I'm moving. Snaggleston. My ultimate chess goal. Something like to play tournaments for another 40 years. Would probably be better than making GM and then like living a shorter lifespan, but I guess the ultimate chess goal of GM is probably worth it. Now knight a5 is interesting. We got him on the run now, so this could be kind of problematic. Speaking of problematic, this is about as problematic as it gets. Just about as problematic as it gets. Yeah, I don't think rook d2 is the best move. I think that he'll draw this. The other game is very interesting. We did probably have a winning position now. But knight a5 was a huge blunder by Kyrgios. You don't want your knight to get sidelined in that spot. So now we're penetrating on the 6th and probably winning a pawn while his knight is trapped. If he doesn't play knight a5, I would think he has some decent drawing chances. Justice Bot, rook e2. What was it? Rook e2? In which position? Don't remember now. But the question was, should I take that exchange right away or not? You know, maybe I had something better. Also had h4 in that last move. Probably not necessary. This is probably good enough. Looks like we're going to win a clear pawn, and his other pawns are still kind of weak. It's still not that simple, but it should be good. GCW. should be able to draw this. But I'm going to make him play a few more moves. Before I took d6 in the other game, you said rook e2. Rook e2? Threatening rook e6 with a tactical motif. The problem is he has knight e7 there. That may be not a problem though. Bishop takes, rook e6. I don't know, knight e7 could hang on. The question is just this spot, does knight e7 hang on? Kind of guards g6 and breaks the pin. And I have to take the exchange then, and he's like, take, and bishop c5. I'm so close to a forced win, but I'm not sure. Anyway, guys, we'll be back tomorrow. Blitz and Classical Chess. Have fun watching the Super Bowl tonight. I think I'm too tired. Maybe I'll just watch part. Rook d3. Hold on a second here. King e4. What was the last move? I played that. I feel like I made a mistake. If I just go back for a minute here. I think we're winning here against Kyrgios. I could probably just play h4. But maybe a little bit safer this way. Or we just check first. Then bishop e7, he starts to free himself or something. Maybe it's just as easy to just take back. We'll save the check for maybe next move. Depending on what he does. I just played king e4. What was his last move? Something weird about this position. And why did I play king e4 again? I just repeated position, and I wasn't sure why. I had a mis-evaluation. F3? Oh no, F3? F3 is not going to work, is it? Oh no, not F3, king E1. He's just in time. Of course. I think I was on the right track before. If there is a right track. So F4 check. Or should I play G4, creating an outside passed pawn? Well, I guess check first. Check. Yes. Rook D3, probably losing. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe not losing. Maybe it's still a draw. Still a draw. But I don't want to tell him. Maybe he's not listening. But never ever assume people know how to do like these simple rook end games, because a lot of people who are even like 1900 make mistakes. What? Right. All right. So now we have to play g4. So you guys want to play a very technical position. I wonder if I could win with the with the last pawn exchanged off. Probably not a good idea. If you push the pawn, I pushed this pawn. I don't know if that was the right pawn to push, but I'm not sure which pawn you were talking about. Maybe Justice Bot was right. Maybe I could have played Rook G2 earlier. I'm not sure in which position, you know. I certainly didn't play the best. Today's not my day for rook endgame technique. B5. Alright, this pawn is going to be fast. I can play rook A7, forcing... what am I forcing? Knight C. He has Knight C4. Take, take. Maybe it's not worth it to waste time. You know, just play G5. I'm a little worried it's not that easy. He played this move. But that allows rook A7 winning a piece, right? Slight drawback. Tough fight by Kyrgios. Even there he could fight on maybe another few moves with knight to C4. He could still play knight to C4, G6. Some knight E5. Check, king E7. G7 looks pretty bad. It's probably winning this pawn. The other one I'm not so confident about. Rook takes rook. King takes, king F1, F3 wins. So he cannot exchange. Down to our last game. I think Kyrgios resigned. Thank you for the game, man. Last game, guys. Thank you for watching, and we do this every Sunday, 6:30 p.m. CET. We'll be back tomorrow with Classical and Blitz. Don't forget to check out my YouTube channel, Video Chess Training on YouTube. Every week I try to upload a new independent video. I also upload all the streams there. Last week I didn't get around to doing a video, but hopefully this week it'll be for sure. Otherwise, have a good Super Bowl, as I said earlier. And now it's getting kind of problematic. Why did he move the rook off the second row? You know, there's a couple techniques for defending this kind of ending. He has me cut off at one point. Here after king e4, rook b3, king f5. Rook d3, king f5. Okay, he should play king e1. And then if king g4, king f1. Okay, we had the same position here. King g4, king e1. I played rook g2. He played king f1. And then rook g3. So you can't maintain the third rank blockade. But this looks like a bad move. You know, you want your rook to have maximum checking distance, so I would assume like you have to play rook d8 here. Rook d8 should probably hold on. But he played rook d4. Now the rook was on d8, it would be a little bit better. All right, where are we? King f3. What's the score? We lost like 3, I think. Pawn 4-7, who said he was in bad form today. I messed up a Benko with white. In a sharp line, I made a totally bad move. And then the second time I've done that recently. Then there was at least another game or two I lost. Oh, there was the game against the B3 Sicilian. I think it's lost for white now. But who knows? King G1, check. King H2. Maybe not. It should be lost. We were lucky. GCDW always gives us a tough game. Despite his score not being that good, I would say, like, you know, he could easily have something like 5.5 out of those games. Or even like 6. It's not good to allow checkmate here. King e1, rook check, and then king f2 is winning. King g1, rook check, and then king e2, I think. Because king f2 would allow rook g2 check. I have to play king e2, and then my f-pawn's running. Once I get the pawn to f3, it's probably indefensible. So king g1, rook a1, check, king h2, king e2. I could probably play king f2, rook g2, check, king e3 as well. It doesn't look quite as accurate. What does it really matter? King e2, rook g2, check, king e3. Is there any other concept here to improve my position before I maneuver my king? Not really. I guess I could bring my rook closer. But that doesn't seem like accurate. Does it really matter if I go to f2 or e2? On e2 he could check me away, but I'm still going to f2 then. Maybe king e3. This is like a position, I don't play this position every day. King e3 looks sort of stupid, actually. King f2. King e3, king g2, f3 check, king e3, rook g2, f3. Actually, king e3 makes sense. I don't have this position memorized. Well, at least I guessed right, according to Justice Bot. As I said, it's been a really bad day. I had a tournament game against a FIDE master. I was white. He was lost in 20 moves. I had a devastating combination I didn't see. And then I just won a pawn. Like, instead of crushing him with a deadly combination, I just won a clean pawn for nothing and got a queen and rook endgame up a pawn, which was probably winning with perfect technique. But I was a little short of time, went into a rook ending. That might have been a draw. And even in the rook ending, I still had a way to win. If I had interposed 2 moves, I was probably still winning. Come on, GCW, don't lose on time. Don't lose on time at this point. You got to make a move, man. Yeah, at least give it a shot. Right. But that move doesn't make sense. Like, you should have maximum checking distance. If you're going to defend this way, like, you got to go to b8. You know, here you don't have as much checking distance. Yeah, now I can do something like rook d1. I mean, I'm not sure if it would matter. I have rook a2 check. f3, is this still a draw? No, I go king. I just play king f3, I guess. I mean f3. f3 check. King f2 check. King somewhere, like king g1. That's illegal. King f1. f3 check, king f2 check, king f1. But how do I win? God, it's been so long since I played this position. But I can play like rook d1, no? Rook d1, king g2, f3 check, rook d1 check, rook d3, and then he can go like rook. Is this making sense to everybody? Rook d1 check, rook d3. I'm not looking at the comments. f3, rook check, king f2, rook check, king f1 or king e1, king f1, king g3, draw. Could play king e2, rook check, king d3. That also seems stupid. Or I could play king e2, rook check, king f1. Then he has like rook c3. And it looks like I can't make progress. Rook d1, rook check, rook d3. King f2, rook check. King f1. Rook c4. No, rook c3. No, but there I have a check. It doesn't help, though. King h3. This is not so easy. I mean, this is obviously a theoretical position, but I haven't played it in years. Believe it or not. Maybe in a blitz game when I wasn't really thinking about it. Why is this so difficult? Rook check is definitely not good. F3 is definitely a problem. Check, king f2, check, king f1, king g3, clear draw. So therefore, by process of elimination, we have to play something like rook d1 to improve our rook position. If that makes any sense. But I'm not sure if it matters ultimately. Maybe it's still a draw. But this looks like a out and out losing. You know, he has to probably keep the file or at least give check. But this move, driving me to f2, that's got to be losing. Now we'll see the comments. JusticeBot liked my move. I don't know what I'm doing. I never played this position. I think I actually knew it at one point. But it's actually, believe it or not, it's not that common. Of course, White didn't have to get into this position. You know, he had much better defenses. But this could easily happen in a tournament game. So now it's different. I mean, I have all sorts of moves. All sorts of moves. Even f3. F3 check. But I have f3 check king e1 now. Does that help? That doesn't seem to help. I have king f1. That's an interesting move. No, king f1 allows rook somewhere silly like rook f8. But f3, check, king f1, king g3. Because this is maybe the only winning move. It's all just a bluff. Been a long simul, one of the longest simuls ever. Maybe the longest simul ever I did here. I'm not peeking at JusticeBot's hints until after I'm actually good at endgames, but I'm not that well versed in a lot of like really technical ones. Kind of more of a natural endgame player. All right, you're not allowed to lose on time, GCW. You have to lose on the board. Yeah, we got the pawn on f3. I mean, that's bone crushing. There are like no checks at all. There's no defense, no way to get at my king. Pawn's too far advanced. I think. Every time I look at this position, though, I'm always afraid like there's something I missed. Not like I had another move, you know, that I could do that would make progress. At this point, it's all or nothing. Okay, so now maybe we can finesse a little bit with like king e2. Threatening obviously f2. Please don't hold me responsible for my inaccurate endgame technique. I don't think there's any way to hold it these last few moves. I think he's been lost for at least 5 moves or so. But it wasn't like I didn't have to be precise. Don't lose on time. There you go. All right, now I guess we just play. Yeah, f2. Oh, wait a minute. No. I can still mess this up. Man, I have to be really precise. If f2, king g2, he's still hanging on. I have to actually play king f2 here. I didn't realize how precise you really have to be. Man. I mean, it's check. Wait a minute. It's check here. King e3. King e3, king g1. Rook g2 check, king f1, rook h2, etc., etc. Well, I think we can go wrong with king f2. White can't improve his position. But I think we can. I just don't know how much. Probably enough. Rook e2, rook e1. Rook check, king f1. Shouldn't really matter. Creeping forward, guys. I'm going to be out of here as soon as this game is over. He made the move with 1 second left. That's crazy. Rook a1 was played. Now what? Rook e1. Rook check, king g1. And then like rook e3. I never realized, I don't know why I never really thought about how difficult this really is. This particular endgame. I'm sure it has a name. I learned my endgames from Curious' book, Practical Chess Endings. He wasn't really big on, like, you know, all these names to different endgame positions. Just kind of a lot of practical examples. Rook check, king g1, king g3, and then rook f1, followed by f2, he played that also with 1 second left. Isn't that odd? Is this still a draw? But it's still a draw. If I play it that way. Rook a1. Is that a different move than last time? Wait a minute here. Why can't I play king f1? Wasn't he supposed to play rook a1 there? And he played his rook to a different square? I didn't want to see the comments. King g1, king g3 was draw. Yeah, that's true. But a different position he's talking about. Now king g1 wouldn't work. Oh, this is still a draw. Well, that's pretty impressive technique. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's just a draw. What am I talking about? Wait. Of course it's a draw. Nothing to do. Probably get mated. This is very strange, this whole ending. I mean, it seems like he didn't know what he was doing, that he knew what he was doing completely. I know that I never knew what I was doing. But something weird. It looked like he completely misplayed it, and then he found the right way. But I'm about to get mated. So like king e1, check, king d2. Playing for a win, guys. I don't know if I was ever winning. Yeah, I was going to play king g1 first. But anybody can see he checks and then, you know. So it's a draw finally. White's technique was very marginal. He cut it so close there. This is obviously a draw now. Played the funkiest move too. I mean, I would check, you know. Wouldn't most people check here? Plays rook a1. That's good too, though. This looks rather drawish. Oh no, I mismatched the sides. Why didn't he take the rook? Take the rook? I'm queening a pawn on f1. So that's not good. I can win a rook. I mean, he can win a rook, but he loses a queen, so my queen against rook isn't the best. I'm losing the pawn back. Alright, let's see the final result. 15 wins, 3 draws, 3 losses. Not too many draws today. I was kind of like not in a mood to have draws. We lost to Periode, and we lost to PQL, and we lost to Mate 4-7. So congratulations to those guys. Lots of good games. I don't know about that ending. I have a feeling that we didn't play that correctly, Justice Bot. But at least it seems like it was somewhat close. We will see you guys tomorrow, 10 a.m. CET here, Blitz and Classical Chess. Don't forget my YouTube channel, video chess training, and we will be playing that tomorrow at 10 a.m. CET. Thanks for everyone who's donated via PayPal to support the YouTube channel and the Twitch streams here on lichess. We'll be back tomorrow. And again, thanks to our moderator. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.